Magandang araw mga bata! Nandito muli tayo sa panibagong video tutorial session ni Teacher Jen. Ang kanyang ididiscuss sa atin ay addition of rational algebraic expressions. Ginoong Pikit, ano ang kanilang aabangan? Ang kanilang aabangan ay ang paghahalin tulad ni Teacher Jen ng pag-a-add ng similar fractions sa similar rational expressions at ang paghahalin tulad niya sa dissimilar fractions sa dissimilar rational expressions. Lahat ng topic natin ngayon ay addition. So, meron lang mga kaunting review nung tayo ay grade 7 at elementary. Kaya mga bata, huwag niyong kakalimutan ang mga basics. Tara na! Mag-solve na tayo at makinig!
Okay, good day. Maraming salamat sa pag-i-introduce sa akin, Ginoong Pikit at Katsip na yan. Okay, so last time, ang mga naituro ko na ay multiplying rational algebraic expression. I also have dividing rational algebraic expressions. Now we have addition of rational algebraic expressions. Now, addition of rational algebraic expressions is just the same as addition of fractions. Okay, so for today, our objectives are to add similar rational algebraic expressions and to add dissimilar rational algebraic expressions. Okay, so dun muna tayo sa review ng similar fractions. To add, pag sinabi nating similar fractions, these are the fractions that have the same denominators. Parehas ng ilalim. Okay? If we are going to add similar fractions, you just copy the numerator, you just copy the denominator and add the numerator. Simplify the fraction if it is not in the lowest term. Okay. So check muna tayo ng examples ng rational algebraic expressions. So yung concept sa pag-a-add ng fractions ay the same as sa concept ng pag-a-add ng rational algebraic expressions. Okay. So meron tayo ditong 5 example. I guess this is 5 examples. Okay, so marami-rami nga. Okay, so let's have number 1. So number 1, you have 2 over x plus 3 over x. So number 1, you have 2 over x plus 3 over x. Okay, so this kind of rational algebraic expressions are similar. Bakit natin nasabi na similar? Because they have the same denominator. Parehas ang kanilang denominator. Okay, so just like in the rule of similar fractions, you copy the denominator. So that is step 1. Copy the denominator and add the numerator. So you have here 2 plus 3. So 2 plus 3, that would be 5 over x. So this is now our final answer. Should be 5 over x. Okay. So madali-dali pa, ano? Number 2. You have here 2x over x plus 1 plus 3 over x plus 1. So similar fractions, again, there are similar rational algebraic expressions. So copy the denominator. So you have here x plus 1 and add the numerator. So the numerators are 2x plus 3. Then simplify. I forget the last step. The last step says that simplify if it is possible. So balikan natin yung number 1. Is 5 over x in simplest form? Is 5 over x in simplest form. So 5 over x is in simplest form because they are already relatively prime. Kasi ang common factor na lang ng 5 at ng x ay 1. So how about this one? 2x plus 3 all over x plus 1. So we cannot add 2x and 3 because they are not similar terms. So therefore, the answer is just 2x plus 3 all over x plus 1. Now, here's the question. Is this in simplest form? Is this in simplest form? Okay, so this answer is in simplest form because if you're going to factor, the common factor is 1. So let's say, for example, you have 2x plus 3 times 1 all over x plus 1 times 1. So therefore, these two expressions are relatively prime. If the expression is relatively prime, meaning to say, your answer is in simplest form already. Nakasimplify na siya. Kapag ang common factor na lang nila ay 1. So the same concept with number 1. Gawin natin. So you have 5 times 1 all over 1 times x. So makikita mo, ang common factor na lang nila ay 1. Kaya you have 5 over x. Okay, so questions for number 1 and number 2. Please write it on the comment section. Pag may nakita kayong mahirap na examples, let me know. So ito po yung mga answers. Okay, number 3. Number 3, 4x ata yun. 4x over x squared. Ayan. For x over x squared. So number 3, you have 4x over x squared plus 3x over x squared. Okay, so first step, since this is similar fractions, you just copy the denominator. Kailan lang ikakopy kapag similar ang rational algebraic expressions? Kapag parehas ang ating denominators. Ginagawa lang yan kapag ito ay similar. Then, add the numerators. So you have 4x plus 3x. So you have 7x over x squared. Now, is this in simplest form? Is this in simplest form? So factor natin. You have 7 times x times 1. And you have x times 1. Now, as you can see, my common factor ang numerator at denominator. So that could be 1. So you have 7 times 1 times 1 for numerator. So that is 7. And here you have x times 1. So you have x. So our answer for number 3 is 7 over x. Okay, let's have number 4. Number 4, let us copy the given. Ay, hindi pala makopy ang given. X squared plus x plus 1 all over x cubed minus 1. X squared plus x minus 1. Okay, so let's have this one. The given is x squared plus x over x cubed minus 1 plus 1 over x cubed minus 1. So same rule pa rin tayo. Similar fractions. So copy the denominator, kopya x cubed minus 1. Wait lang. So x cubed minus 1. Then copy add the numerators. So you have x squared plus x plus 1. Okay. Then, lastly, simplify. Now, sa unang tingin, mukhang hindi na isi-simplify yung ating given. Pero meron tayong kailangang i-simplify. Okay. So, pa-factor natin. So, yung number 1, yung numerator, kung i-observe po natin, ang numerator natin, tingnan natin kung factorable. Let's say, for example, ito. Alam natin, ang numerator natin ay trinomial. So, mamimili tayo between general trinomial and perfect square trinomial. So, tingnan natin ang given. Ang last term natin ay perfect square. Pero ang middle term ay hindi masasatisfy ng perfect square. Kung ito ay perfect square, dapat ang middle term mo ay 2. Kasi dapat madodoble yung factor. Okay? So, hindi siya perfect square trinomial. General trinomial. How about general trinomial? So, kung general trinomial, magta-try kayo ng factor ng 1 na ang middle term ay 1. So, halimbawa, tatry tayo ng factor. So, possible factors lang naman ng 1 ay 1 times 1. Pag inad natin ang 1, yan ay 2. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, walang factor na nagsasatisfy. So, therefore, the numerator is not factorable. Therefore, the numerator is not factorable. O, kung not factorable, edi i-rewrite mo lang x squared plus x plus 1. Then, proceed tayo sa denominator. So, ang denominator natin ay sum and difference of 2 cubes. So, meaning to say, we're going to factor the denominator by using sum and difference of 2 cubes. So, apply natin. Kapag minus, that would be same, opposite, always positive. Di ba yun yung shortcut natin? So, mangyayari, so pag pinactor natin, x cubed minus 1. So, ito magiging x squared times x. Then, ito magiging 1. Magiging negative 1 ito times 1 squared. So, ito magiging partner. So, ito magiging x squared. Dahil ang exponent ng x squared ay 2, dun siya sa mas malaking bracket. So, dito siya sa x squared. So, dito siya sa x squared. So, x squared plus 1 squared natin ay 1. So, x squared plus 1. Tapos, ito, x minus 1. So, to get the middle term, we're going to multiply 1 times x. So, this would be x squared plus x plus 1. Now, so you can see, meron na siyang factor. X squared plus x plus 1. May common factor siya dito. So, meron siyang common factor. X squared plus x plus 1. And another common factor. So, that would be equivalent to both 1. So, that would be, so this would be 1 all over x minus 1. So, this would be 1 over x minus 1. So, this would be our answer. So, sabi sa last step, simplify as possible. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan mong tingnan kung ang bawat terms or ang bawat expressions ng numerator at denominator ay factorable. Yan. Okay, so questions for similar rational algebraic expressions. Kung meron po kayong tanong, pakilagay sa comment section. At mamaya, hahayaan na naman natin yung dalawa na sila ang mag-wrap up ng ginawa ko. Okay. Now, doon naman tayo sa dissimilar. Dissimilar fractions are dissimilar rational algebraic expressions are expressions which does not have similar denominators. So kapag hindi parehas ang denominators, ang gagawin natin ay kukunin natin ang LCM ng mga denominators. So let's have an example. Okay, so now we are having dissimilar rational algebraic expressions, okay, or like dissimilar fractions. Pag sinabi natin dissimilar rational expressions, these are the expressions na different ang denominators. So just like this one, number 1, 2 over x plus 3 over x squared. So before we solve this item, we have to recall first the process in addition of dissimilar fractions. Okay, so let me write first the given. Yung brushes ko hindi pa ata ready. Eraser ata gamit ko. Okay. So let's proceed. So dissimilar. So we are now in dissimilar rational algebraic expressions. So you have here the given is 2 over x plus 3 over x squared. Okay, so let's take a look at this part. Let's say I have 1 over 3 plus 2 over 9. We all know that 2 over 9 is equivalent to 3 squared. So therefore, I can rewrite 1 over 3 plus 2 over 3 squared. So since they have different denominators, because 3 is raised to 1 and here you have 3 raised to 2. So the first step is we need to make them similar fractions. Kailangan gawin mong similar fractions yan. So 1/3. So dito yung bagong fraction. 2 over 3 square. So andito yung bagong fraction. Now, to make them similar fractions, sino sa dalawang denominators natin ang pwedeng mag-adjust? Sino sa dalawang denominators ang pwedeng mag-adjust? So, probably pwedeng mag-adjust si 3. So, paano mag-a-adjust si 3? So, gagawin natin, magta-times ka lang dito ng 3 over 3. Okay? So, pag nag-times ka ng 3 over 3, so magiging 3 times 3. By loss of exponent, magiging 3 squared. Ito naman ay magiging 3. 1 times 3, that would be 3. So, dahil nakita mo na ito ngayon ay 3 over 3 squared na, meron pa ba tayong babaguhin sa pangalawang fraction? Meron pa bang babaguhin? So, probably wala na. Kasi, kokopyahin mo na lang kasi they are in the same denominator. So, meron na tayong bagong denominator which is 3 over square. Mam-Gen, paano malalaman kung sino yung dapat mag-adjust? Okay? Paano mo malalaman sa given kung sino yung dapat mag-adjust? It's very easy. Kung sino yung mababa ang value ng denominator, ito. Let's say for example, 3 square and 3. Si 3 ang mababa ang value. Kaya ang gagawin natin, para maging kamukha siya ni 3 square, magta-times ka lang uli ng 3. Okay? So kung sino yung mababa, doon mas madaling mag-adjust. Okay. So you have now 3 plus 2. So meron ka na ngayong 3 plus 2 over 3 square. So that would be 5 over 3 square, or just simply, so 3 square will be 5 over 9. So meron ka ng 5 over 9. Ayan. Okay. Dalhin natin ngayon, yung example na ito, ay dalhin natin ngayon sa konteksto ng number 1. Okay. So una, gagawin natin silang similar fractions. So gawin natin similar fractions at gagawin uli natin similar fractions. Okay. Sorry. Ayan. So katulad ng ginawa ko dun sa context ng numbers, sino yung mas madaling mag-adjust sa kanila para maging similar ang denominators. So kung titignan ninyo dito, nag-times ako ng 3, times ako ng 3 para maging 3 square. So dito, nag-times ako dito ng, pwede ako mag-times dito ng x over x para maging x squared. Okay, so ito magiging x squared ngayon. So kung mapapansin nyo, itong x squared dito ay parehas na dito. So therefore, wala na akong gagawin sa second given. So tuloy ko lang. So magiging x squared, tapos ito 2 times x, that would be 2x. And ito, wala na akong gagawin dyan. So kokopyahin ko na lang kasi parehas na ng denominator. So ang mangyayari, magiging 2x plus 3 over x squared. Okay. Now, sabi sa isang step, after maging similar fractions, i-add natin, then, ganun pa rin ang rule, kung kayang i-simplify, isi-simplify natin. So, i-check natin yung ating given ngayon. Pwede pa ba itong i-simplify? So, obviously, yung dalawang given natin, yung numerator nito at denominator nito, ay relatively prime. Ibig sabihin, yung kanilang common factor na lang ay 1. So, therefore, ito na yung ating answer. Okay. So sa nakaraang video ko, sinabi ko doon kung kapag ang dalawang given natin ay relatively prime na siya, that's the time mag-i-stop na tayo sa pagfa-factor. So ibig sabihin, our answer here is in lowest term. Okay. So kung meron kayong question, paki-ano lang sa comment section. Paki-drop lang sa comment section. O kaya pwede nyo po akong i-PM via messenger. Okay, let's have second example. Second example tayo. Okay, this one. 1 over x plus 2 over x plus 1. Second example, pambura pala yun. Second example, you have 1 over x plus 2 over x plus 1. Ngayon, kung mapapansin ninyo, ang given natin ng denominators ay totaling magkaiba. Okay, ma'am, talaga magkaiba. Hindi katulad kanina, may similarities. May isa sa kanila mag-a-adjust. Ngayon, dahil yan ay totally magkaiba, parehas silang mag-a-adjust. So, ilagay natin sa ganitong konteksto. Let's say you have 2/3 plus 3/4. Kung mapapansin nyo, ang denominator natin dito ay totally magkaiba. So, ganun pa rin po ang rule. Gagawa nyo pa rin yan ng equivalent fractions. So, gagawan pa rin natin ng equivalent fractions. Dahil sila ay magkaiba, hahanapin mo yung LCM ng 3 and 4. Pero, katulad nga nun, kung halimbawa nakakalimutan ng bata, kasi mga bata minsan nakakalimutan ng bata yung LCM. Ano yun? So, maglilista sila. So instead po na maglista, ang technique po na ginagawa dito is ano nyo lang, i-multiply nyo lang siya dun sa denominator ng kabila. Halimbawa, si 3. Ang kapartner niya dito, si 4. Katulad dito, si 3, tsaka si 4. So si 3, ang kanya multiplier, si 4. Si 4 naman, ang multiplier niya, si 3. So parang magko-cross multiply lang sila ng denominators. So ito magiging 4 over 4. Ito magiging 3 over 3. Ay, 3 over 4 tuloy, sorry. So ito magiging 3 over 3 po ngayon yan. Okay, so magkakaroon tayo ngayon 3 times 4. This would be 12. And 2 times 4, that would be 8. Ito naman, 4 times 3, that would be 12. And 3 times 3, that would be 9. So you have now 8 plus 9 over 12. So that would be 17 over 12. Yan. So yan ngayon yung answers natin. So ganun siya ginagawa kapag totally different ang denominators natin. So ngayon, pwede nating i-apply ito dito. I-apply natin ngayon sa context na yan. So dito, meron akong 1 over x plus 2 over x plus 1. Okay. Ngayon, para hindi na kayo maghahanap ng LCM kasi very crucial talaga sa bata yung paghahanap ng LCM ng algebra. Kaya minsan hindi ko siya tinuturo kasi hindi naman naiintindihan. So naghanap ako ng ibang way. Kung paano nila magagawa ng tama kahit na hindi nila naiintindihan yung ibang technique, yung ibang solution. But still we come up on the same answer and justifiable pa rin siya. Okay, so katulad nito, si x, ang partner niya dito si x plus 1. So kukuha lang tayo ng multiplier sa kabilang given, hindi tayo mag-iisip. Okay, hindi tayo mag-iisip. Ina-apply lang natin ito kapag magkaiba ang denominators katulad nito. So let's say this one, ito, gagawin nating x plus 1 over x plus 1. Ito naman, 2 times x over x. So yun kasi yung partner niya sa kabila, x. Ito, x plus 1. So multiply natin. So pag times natin, you have 1 times x plus 1, x times x plus 1. So ito, magiging 2x. Ito magiging x times x plus 1. So parehas na ngayon ng given. Okay. So simplify natin. Ngayon. So meron tayong x times x plus 1. Tapos 1 times x plus 1. So you have x plus 1 plus 2x. Then, add natin, combine similar terms. Wait lang, tanggalin ko lang yung bracket. So x plus 1 plus 2x over x times x plus 1. So kung mapapansin nyo, meron pa tayong similar terms dito. X raised to 1 tsaka 2x. So you have now 3x plus 1 all over x times x plus 1. Okay, so simplify natin ang denominator. So simplify natin, that would be 3x plus 1 over x times x, you have x squared as x plus 1. So you have x squared plus 1. Okay. So tingnan natin, no, isa-isa. Ang numerator, hindi na siya factorable kasi walang common factor. Hindi rin trinomial, hindi rin cube, hindi rin square. Okay, ang denominator, hindi common monomial factor. Hindi rin difference of two squares, hindi rin trinomials, hindi rin cube. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, ito na yung ating answer. So, napansin nyo, pag nag-check po ako ng, ng mga expressions, tinitingnan ko po kung factorable bawat isa. Okay? Kung factorable siya at may common factor ang numerator at denominator, that's the time na isi-simplify ko siya. Okay? So, tama. So, this is our final answer. And at the same time, the two expressions here are relatively prime. So, yun pa rin. So, sa mga bata, dapat practice lang ng practice. Pag nagkamali, di mag-solve lang uli. Hindi ka naman mapapahiya pag mali ka sa pagsosolve. Kaya nga kaya nga ginawa ko tong YouTube channel na to para pag gusto nyo pong mag-raise ng question, doon nyo lang po lalagay sa comment section. Okay. Let's have number 3. Let's have third example. 2/5. Number 3 is 2/5 plus 4/5c. So, siguro si number 3, medyo madali siya. Sa mga makakapanood ng video na ito, I challenge you to answer number 3. Although nakikita nyo na meron akong sagot dyan, pero gusto ko pa rin makita kung ano yung solution ninyo. Okay, so I'm going to leave number 3, but this is the answer. 2c plus 4/5c. Okay, pakitandaan, 2c plus 4/5c. So, yan yung answer. Pakisend sa comment section, pakilagay sa comment section ang solution. Okay? Ano ang price kapag tama ang solution or logical ang solution niya? Pag logical ang solution, isa-shoutout ko siya sa next video. I'm going to recognize you on my next video presentation. Okay, so doon tayo sa number 4, yung mahirap-hirap. Ayan. Number 4, ito. X/x² minus 1 plus 3x/x+1. Ayan, medyo mahirap-hirap kasi may x² na eh. Okay, so number 4. 3/x+1 plus, what's this? x/x² pala. x/x² minus 1. x/x² minus 1. Tapos ito 3x. 3x/x+1. Okay, tama. Yan. So, sa addition, hindi matter ang position ng addends. Okay? Kaya kung magkaiba man ang itsura niya dun sa module ko, okay lang yon, addition naman yan eh. Kasi ang addition ay mayroong commutative property. Okay? Meron silang commutative property, kaya kahit balibaliktad sila ng pwesto, the position of addends does not affect the sum. Okay? Sige, so ganun pa rin gagawin natin. Now, meron tayong x+1 at saka x² minus 1. Okay. So, kilalanin muna natin yung mga denominators. Meron tayo ditong x² minus 1. Meron tayo ditong x+1. Kung mapapansin ninyo, si x² minus 1 ay factorable naman. So, you have now x+1 times x minus 1. Tapos, si x+1 is just simply x+1. Okay. So, hang out muna tayo dito. Ngayon, ang sabi natin kanina, para maging similar fractions, kailangan parehas ng denominator. So, kailangan meron tayong multiplier na maglilid sa kanila para maging similar ang denominators. Yan, plus natin. Okay. Now, Kung mapapansin natin, si x plus 1 ay pwede namang maging x squared minus 1. Paano? Pwede siyang maging x squared minus 1 kung bibigyan mo ng multiplier na x minus 1. Okay. E di ibig sabihin, Mam-Gen, si x squared minus 1, wala ka nang gagawin? Absolutely, wala ka nang gagawin. So si x plus 1, magta-times tayo dito ng x minus 1 times x minus 1. Then, ito, wala. Wala tayong gagawin dyan. So this is just simply x squared minus 1. So ito, x plus 1 times x minus 1 is simply x squared minus 1 also. So you have now 3x times x minus 1. Okay, so ito, copy na lang tayo kasi parehas naman. So you have now 3x times x minus 1 plus x all over x squared minus 1. So this would be 3x times x, that would be 3x squared minus 3x plus x all over x squared minus 1. So ito magiging 3x squared minus 2x over x squared minus 1. Okay. Ma'am, factorable ang numerator at denominator. Yes, factorable siya. So i-factor natin. So you have numerator is common monomial factor. So you have here x times x times 3x minus 2. So common monomial factor, mentally na lang. Ilalabas mo lang naman yung sobra na x eh. All over, factorable po ang denominator. Ginawa na po natin kanina yan. Difference of 2 squares. So you have x plus 1 times x minus 1. Okay. Na-factor mo na both numerator and denominator. Pero, kahit na-factor natin, makikita ninyo wala po tayong pwedeng i-divide. Kasi walang common factor ang numerator at denominator. So dahil wala tayong pwedeng i-divide, walang pwedeng i-divide. Yan. Dahil wala tayong pwedeng i-divide, ano mangyayari? Dahil wala tayong pwedeng i-divide, ito na yung ating final answer. Ibig sabihin, nakasimplify na siya. So our final answer will be 3x squared minus 2x all over x squared minus 1. Okay. So, tingnan natin kung meron pang example number 5. Kasi ayoko na may ma-miss. Okay. This is the task already. So, ito na po yung mga task natin. Okay. Ito na yung ating mga task. Si number 3, pinapaubaya ko na sa inyo. Pero yung sagot po niyan ay tama. Okay. Tama naman ang answers na ito. Yan. So, you have 2c plus 4. 2c plus 4 over 5c. Okay. Sige. So, yung dalawa na lang ang bahalang mag-wrap up. Okay. Ang naiiwan na lang na operation ay subtraction. Okay. Sa mga viewers ko, ang makakapag-send ng tamang solution ay mayroong acknowledgement sa susunod na aking video tutorial. And paano ma'am kung estudyante mo ngayong school year? Paano kung estudyante mo to ngayong school year? Anong ibibigay mong incentives? Eh di may plus ka sa akin. Meron kang plus sa exam. Okay? Sige, mapag-uusapan naman yun eh, kung ano yung plus na makukuha mo. Okay, so, Ginoong Pikit, gatsep na yan. Kayo na ang bahala dito. I'm going to leave. Mag-i-end na po ako ng meeting. Goodbye viewers. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Bye-bye!
Mga bata, isa-isahin natin ang mga natutunan natin ngayon. Una, ang pag-a-add ng similar expressions. Unang step, copy the denominator kasi similar naman ang expressions. Then, add the numerators. And, after that, factor na the numerators and denominators para makita mo kung may masisimplify. Then, divide the common factors and see to it na simplify ang final expressions. Kapag ang numerator at denominator ay relatively prime, ibig sabihin ang expressions natin ay simplified na. Yun na ang ating final answer. Ikaw naman, Gatsipnayan, sa pag-a-add ng dissimilar expressions, gawin mo na silang similar expressions katulad ng itinuro ni Teacher Jen. Tapos factor, tapos divide, tapos check mo kung relatively prime. Madali lang, hindi ba mga bata? Pero sa umpisa, alam kong kayo ay mahihirapan. Kaya, mag-aral na mag-aral, mag-practice na mag-practice, at mag-solve ng mag-solve. Bagamat sa umpisa ay mahirap, pero kapag na-practice nyo ito at almost perfect na ito, para kayong nakatagpo ng kayamanan, katulad ng nasa likod ko. Ang kaalaman ay isang kayamanan na hindi mananakaw at makukopya ng kahit na sinong tao. Di ba, Gatsipnayan? Tama ka dyan. At kapag na-practice natin ang na-practice ang ating math skills at nasasagutan na ng tama ang mga math items at math problems, ang sarap sa pakiramdam. Katulad ng masarap na pagkain sa likod ko, itong mainit na isda. Tingnan mo. Kakainin namin ito ni Ginoong Pikit mamaya. Oo, hati tayo ha, Gatsipnayan.